Looking forward a little bit. So you got the Iran deal done, you got Cuba done. What's next on your bucket list in your time in this office?
Well, we got to try to see if we can get an agreement on climate change in Paris. This is a very, very important priority for us. We're working on it very hard. That was why I went to Alaska and we had the meetings with our fellow foreign ministers there. My hope is this began when I went to China 2 years ago and we began to open up participation with China, an historic agreement with China. And hopefully that comes together to produce something in Paris. I mean, that's really critical.
Well, let me ask you about that. I mean, the big debate right now is that your first speech in the Arctic Council, we talked about the prospects of clean energy sources in the Arctic. The first action as U.S. as chair of the Arctic Council was to essentially allow Shell to do exploratory drilling off the coast of Alaska. Isn't there a bit of a mixed message there?
Not really, because these are leases that were granted some time ago prior to President Obama becoming president. So the leases existed. And Shell and other companies are going to be drilling somewhere over the course of these next years because we're not going to suddenly be weaned from oil. And it's a cleaner oil than others. I think in terms of our efforts to begin to move to a decarbonized economy, it's going to take 20, 30, 40 years. So there's going to be some element of that.
It's not like you could just cut it off.
Well, it's not just that. I mean, I'd rather have our supply come from an American-controlled source in that respect than from somewhere else. But I think in the long run, we have to wean ourselves from a carbon-based economy. We absolutely have to. We have to do it much faster than we are right now. I think the president understands that. I understand that. We're advocating as powerfully as we can, and the president, unfortunately, because of the reluctance of some members of Congress to even believe it's happening, has to move by administrative
They take snowballs onto the Senate floor.
Has to move by administrative order, and that makes it very difficult.